Good morning, it's Yvonne back to do your bonus read. Let's see what's going on in the big bad bonus world. Alright, we're going to use Supernatural Tarot for this one, and thank you guys for sharing with me that you too are Supernatural fans. I'm just watching through again. I'm on a several journey. I like certain things and I just keep going back and reliving them. Very nostalgic watching the old Sam and Dean old episodes again. Okay, I shouldn't say old, I'm up to season 12 or something this time around. Season 11 with Frasier. So I do this every now and again where I get on a little bit of a binge roundabout where I go back and relive some of the fun things. Although I've got to say with Frasier, if you're a Frasier fan, the whole idea of Niles and Daphne, I just loved the chemistry between the two of them. It was so hilarious up until they got together. And I mean, you still see it with Niles after that. But some of those things I've absolutely broken down and cried like a baby, even though I've seen it so many times. It blows me away. All right, very clever writing, right? All right, bonus reading coming through. Supernatural. No, Spirit, I can't spit twice. Let's try that again. Thank you. All right. We have the Four of Wands coming through here. How interesting. Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is a card that's sort of now being sort of seen as the twin flame card. In tradition, it's the card, well, it is a very traditional card. It's about commitment, stability. It's very much about stability, but long-term stability in regards to relationships, families. It's a beautiful card because it does represent, people coming together in harmony. So let's have a look and see what comes behind that. We have the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands for me can represent a brand new start in regards to a relationship, without a doubt. Something that you feel very passionate about, but it may not necessarily be something romantic. This could be a brand new start in a passion project, something that you put your whole body into. If it's a relationship, it would be something very passionate, something physically drawing, some sort of commitment to something passionate coming through. We have the Two of Cups coming through. So now I have to say, I feel like this is something romantic here. Some sort of romantic love with the Two of Cups, because this is a soulmate. This is a person who you see eye to eye with. We have the Tower here. And the Wheel of Fortune. The universe taking you on a journey with these two cards here. You're on some sort of journey to understand something. Because the Tower represents the breaking down of old views, old foundations that were falsely built. You've built something here on a false foundation. And the Wheel of Fortune is telling me that you have the information now that you can do something differently. Okay. I'm sort of getting that now. Let me just have a look because the energy is coming through. I'm starting to understand. The Four of Wands is about stability. It can be long-term commitment. It can definitely be about something that you're feeling extremely passionate about here. But with the Two of Cups, I feel like it has something to do with somebody that you are closely aligned with, that you may be learning together on this path. The Tower tells me that you've built something on a faulty foundation. The Wheel of Fortune tells me that you are moving forward and manifesting something now. We do have the Seven of Swords, so there's no self-sabotage this time, is there? Because the Five of Cups, something here you've left in the past. I feel like you're being offered a relationship here. You're being offered some sort of commitment with somebody. Somebody wants to commit to you. But this time you're doing it very differently because you've learned so much from the past that you are not You are not building this time on a faulty foundation. This makes so much sense to me. Maybe in the past you have built relationships or situations with people because you've had some sort of bond with them. You may have seen it as being something that was really potent, but you may have been in some sort of energy of illusion when you've committed or you've gone with that person. This time you're seeing love in a very different way, and it's coming through very, very strongly in the universe at the moment. And I feel like you're giving an opportunity here to build with someone, but you're building differently in this new relationship. You're not building it the same way as you've done before. Maybe you've been a people pleaser before and you've put people on pedestals and you've been let down when they haven't performed in a way that you thought they were going to. I feel like a lot of relationships are going to break down with this energy now. 9 of Cups coming straight out of the gate. There is a wish coming true for you here. You are manifesting something here. But you're manifesting from a very different place. You have a very different view of what you want this time around in regards to love. I'm not sure if that's actually a person making that offer or whether you are ready for someone to make an offer because you want to do things very differently. You've got to ask yourself, do you want to choose this person? This is always my thing. Do you choose this person? Is it what makes your soul happy? You need to look at this from a very practical viewpoint rather than getting involved with someone because of they look good to you on paper, I want to say. I'm not really sure that that's what is being presented by Spirit here, but it's looking at the person and deciding, is this the person I want to spend the rest of my life with? Because you're bringing a wish in here. You're manifesting some sort of opportunity here. But this time you're going to do things differently. Because you're coming up as the Empress here with that Temperance card again. And the Knight of Wands. Somebody is coming towards you to make an offer. Now, I feel like with the Temperance card this morning, it's sort of, for me, the energy at the moment of, is this what you're looking at in your life, balancing out the way you want things to be? This is where the Temperance card is coming through for me today. It is the card of balance, but it's about you balancing out, is this opportunity, is this offer coming from a person that you want to be with? Is it coming from someone that you can see yourself choosing or building something with? Because somebody is coming in with a very passionate offer here. This person is coming in with the Ace of Wands here. They want to build with you. But the Empress tells me you're in a very different place. I feel like we're getting very much the what's cracking energies coming through here, because I see the Empress and I feel like you've reached a place in your life where you're starting to understand how not to place people on pedestals, but to understand what do they bring into your life that adds value to it. Not so much about you doing everything to keep the other person happy. There's a very different energy coming through here. Let me just pull these down a fraction. All right, let's see where we're going with this. All right, so we have the 9 of Pentacles coming through here with the Strength card and the Judgment card. This is the rebirth of something that's already been around. This is the rebirth or another opportunity here to look at something this time around in a very different way. Now, this is what I got with the What's Cracking reading. So I feel like a lot of you are on a path where you've done a lot of work on yourself, you've rebuilt yourself, and you're coming from a completely different energy to what you did before. So some of you have knocked the tower down and rebuilt yourself. You've taken away some of the limitations that you had in your life. You've let go of some sort of limits that you've had. You're understanding yourself at a much deeper level, and you're letting go now of the way you saw your world. You're letting go of some of the illusions that have kept you trapped. This time around, you're doing this without the illusions. You're doing it in a very different way. So it's like, say, somebody came in and gave you a bag of lollies. You took them, you ate them. and that you believe that the lollies were, good, sweet, nice, beautiful for you. But what happens if somebody comes in beforehand and says to you, don't take the lollies from the person that comes in, they're not good lollies. And then when the person comes in with the lollies, you've got a completely different viewpoint. Does it mean the lollies were bad? Possibly not. But something has changed your view of how those lollies look to you. So now you're questioning, are those lollies not good for me or not? Where the first time around you didn't see that. So it's almost like something is being offered to you here, but this time around you have information and you're seeing things in a completely different light. And because of this, you're making a different kind of judgment on this situation. Because I see the Nine of Pentacles here, and I'm not seeing someone choosing being single. I'm seeing someone choosing from their Empress energy. The Empress and the Nine of Pentacles for me is someone who's got all of it together. They know what they want. They know where they're going. They're not going to be trapped into some sort of illusion this time. This is a person who understands their own shadow, who sees things for what they truly are. This time around, you're going to look at this offer in a very, very different way. All right, so we have the Ace of Swords. You've seen the truth. Isn't that beautiful? Right on par for me. There is a truth here you are seeing that you did not see before. We have the Two of Wands coming out. You have a choice of moving. We have two different cards here. Okay, so you have the Seven of Wands coming through with the Three of Swords. So it's really quite interesting energy here, because what I see is you're seeing some sort of truth of something you were not seeing before. And it's sort of like this energy here with this, the Two of Wands says to me, you're choosing which direction to go in. So you're doing this in a very different way. You're not just accepting this offer because it looks good, like the lollies. What you're doing this time, you're considering what has gone down in the past here, what you have been through, and how to see this through the eyes of a very different person. All right. So we have here the beautiful Four of Wands being followed by the Ace of Wands. So somebody's coming in to offer you a very, very passionate connection. This is something that this person feels is really aligned with who they are. This is a soulmate connection. So is a soulmate always there for, love and romance? Sometimes not. Sometimes they are there to teach us a lesson about ourselves and our own self-growth. Something here with the Tower, you have broken down, and it's all aligned with your destiny and where you're going here. Whoops, pulled that one out wrongly. So we have the Wheel of Fortune saying that there is some sort of karmic energy here. The Magician tells me you've manifested something back into your life here. But the Seven of Swords tells me that perhaps, especially with this Five of Cups, that what you saw in the past is very different to what you're looking at now. Because you're looking at this in a very different way now. Now, it's very possible this person caused you a lot of hurt and pain in the past. And maybe that's part of the energy that you're feeling now. Was it worth going through all the pain for? Is this what you've gone through all of this for? Because I'm seeing this Seven of Wands, thinking there is this energy that you're questioning now, why you have been through all this hurt and pain. Was it really necessary? The Hierophant was here. Yes, it is. This pain was worth the journey. Why? Because you are now coming into this energy of understanding how to stand in your own power. This is about stability. It's about understanding where you've come from and being able to weigh it up with who you are now and finding a stability you've not known before. I feel like for some of you here, this is going to be a real shock meeting this person in the new place you're in. It's like, as I said with the lollies, these cards do not want to come apart. This here is love. You have here the Four of Swords and the Queen of Swords. So I feel like here there is some sort of energy of you having to have a deeper understanding of this situation. So for me, this is like that, more learning, more understanding coming through here. Because what you saw as love before may not look the same here. Definitely not. So if somebody had created a lot of hurt and pain in your life, you're starting to understand why you had to go through that in order to find your own stability. You're building something much stronger here with the High Priest. You're building a much stronger base for yourself. So this time you're looking at this in a very different way. You're looking at this whole situation in a whole new light here. It's not quite the same as you thought it was going to be. That one wants to come out by the book. That's interesting. Number 11. This is abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family conditions, customs, and universal laws. Oh my goodness, this is all about karma. The universe works within a structure of divine laws and principles that provide a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings in turn have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behaviour, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance, for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. Okay, so this is what they're talking about with the resistance here. Because you're fighting against something here. So somehow or another you've been fighting against something the whole time without looking at it in the way that you were meant to look at it. This is definitely breaking through from some sort of idea or dream that wasn't real. Now you have the information, you're going to move in a completely new direction. I'll leave you with that. Thank you.